What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another Bonney ranked video. We're going to be climbing the ranked ladder on the OP bounty application using the Bonney strategy. If you can't tell, if you're, this isn't your first video of mine, you probably could tell that I got a new microphone. Hopefully it works better than, me barely being able to, you guys barely being able to hear me barely being able to get like any sort of sound out using this headset. So hopefully that's better. So I have switched up the deck the littlest of bits since we last played on, or last I made a video. I cut the Jewelry Bonney 5-drop to 1 copy. And then I bumped up the 10-drop Doffy to 4 copies. Previously, it was on 2 of this, 3 of this. But then I started, I was playing that for a while. You guys saw all those games. If not, go back and watch them. Because it's like, the list isn't, the change isn't that substantial, so it's not like it's all those games are irrelevant. I just felt that I didn't have enough Don Quixote Pirates, to be honest. So I feel like I needed to bump that up and just even out the supernovas to Don Quixote ratios. And 10-drop Doffy is just the best one to have. I've also found games where I run out of top end. I spend too long protecting a kid or something, or I have to protect the Cavendish one turn and I run out of cards in hand, and then I'm top decking into 2K counters or searchers, and then I can't play the top end because I have to play the searcher. So I thought that, just having a 4th of the best top end in the deck wouldn't be too bad. But either way, the deck is essentially the same otherwise. Let's get into some games on the ranked ladder. So this first game is going to be one with a list before this one. It's the double Bonney 3 10-drop, but this one is against Doflamingo Blue. So in theory, a really bad matchup for Bonney, just because of the Raging Tigers. Kind of just gets around Cavendish's effect. I do have double Searcher, but I choose to actually use the Searcher. I want him to swing 7 into my Bonney, wasting his leader effect on a Bonney rather than at life, but he doesn't do that for some reason. So I will just swing 5. Probably play the Urog, yep. Pass turn. He's going to Perona. I wonder if he top decked the Perona or this was his play all along. He's going to go 8, play a Weevil, draw a card. I'm going to tap the Perona. And I really don't want to go down to 3 life against this deck, so obviously because of the 10-drop Kaido. But an 8 swing, I'm not just gonna counter out of an 8 swing like that. I don't even have any 2Ks in hand. So I just take it. I'm going to go 5 at life, play the Basil Hawkins, I guess. Double 5 at life, because I'm predicting a Raging Tiger eventually, probably on this turn. So I might as well swing with the Urug. But instead they're going to play a Perona, restack the top 5. And then they're going to putting my hand away. So that sucks. That's another reason why Doffy is a bad matchup for Bonney. But we will be able to Bonney Searcher, get a Bartolomeo. And then I'm going to go 7 into the Weevil. He only has 3 cards in hand. So I want to capitalize off of that fact. Go another 6, and then I'll just go 8, so he can't. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to play Cavendish, go 8. Still be able to stand a Dawn with Urog's effect. He's gonna go 9 at life. I don't know why he's swinging a life so much and not trying to clear board, but 9 at life. Play the didn't even. I don't think he can use leader ability. He's gonna play a Moria. So I'm just gonna go Kid into Cavendish, gain 2 Dawn back, kill the pudding, swing 7, setting up for the 2-turn kill that I always talk about in my videos, and be able to play Bartolomeo because Rosinante is not like that crazy in the matchup. He's gonna bottom the Cavendish and the Urug with Raging Tiger, then can only swing 8. So a little late on the Raging Tiger. Go 7 at life with Basil. Gonna counter 7 at life, 9 at life. And now, yeah, just play the Hawkins, pass turn, and yeah, there's nothing you can do from that spot. Even if he had Red Rock, I don't think you could kill me through leader effect, double blocker. So, gonna go into the next one. So this one is utilizing the new list. Gonna be a match against Perona here. Perona is going to choose second, and I'll keep my hand because I have Bonney into Hody with a Basil as like one of the best cards in the matchup. Gonna play the Bonney, and then on 3 use the Bonney's effect. Gonna have to take this 5-drop Bonney just to play it on curve. The 4-drop Urog is just really bad in the matchup. Early because super removable and like just leader effect Ryuma gets a lot of value. So on 5 I'm going to probably just stun a Dawn, swing 5 at the Automna. That way that they're going to 5 Dawn instead of 6. They will still be able to Suru, leader effect Ryuma. Then they'll be able to swing 6 and 5. I'm going to counter out of both because I do have Hody Jones in the grip. And I don't want to go down too much because I'm going to take a life with him. And like, yeah, that's why. He's going to be able to, you can be my samurai on the Suru and the Automna. Pretty massive value. Just, I don't think his graveyard is stacked yet for a Gecko Moria. He's going to play a Momo, get a 2k Izo. And now I'm thinking probably, yeah, just gonna I'm gonna tap the Ryuma, and I'm just gonna probably play Hody Jones. And I do activate this trigger. That might seem weird because I'm just gonna, like it's just another 9, it's just a swing. But he was gonna go 9 with it, I'm assuming. The only reason I did it is because I know that the deck plays literally no 3-drops. Like I was thinking there for a minute, I couldn't think of any 3-drop that the deck plays besides Izo. So like, why is he holding up 3 Dawn? Other than to just swing 9. So then I did it just to less of like not take the damage, more of make him waste his Dawn. Like he's gonna swing 9. Nothing in the deck is 3. So he's just gonna have 3 standing. So just like a +3 in Dawn advantage that I felt like I couldn't give up. He's gonna go 10 into the Cavendish here, or the Basil Hawkins here. And the reason I counter out of this is because I know he has 5 Dawn standing, so he's gonna go Ice Age Ryuma. I could just feel it in my bones that 5 Dawn meant Ice Age Ryuma on my Hody. So I was just not willing to let go of my whole field in that interaction. I'm going to go 5, and he's going to discard a card. I'll punish him by swinging into the Ryuma with the Basil, which I really considered swinging at life, but since he discarded a card, I felt like it was very safe to swing into it. You could also just argue I shouldn't have swung into it because now he has a Ryuma in the trash for Gecko, so maybe I should have just swing at life to try and kill him faster, but also my thought was I only have 2 cards in hand going into this his turn, so I would like to only take 1 swing here if possible, rather than 2 Ryumas swinging at me or a Ryuma leader swinging at me. Opponent is going to forget about the kid effect. Gonna try and swing 1 into my Resonante, but that is gonna have to be directed to kid if he wants to swing. I type in the chat kid, and then he goes 8 into kid, and I'll just discard the last card in hand. Even though I could have used the Resonante, I feel like the Resonante is going to be good for, because I'm not going to kill him this turn. So I feel like the Resonante is going to be important for not being able to let my kid get geckoed next turn. Opponent, unfortunately, I do rip the 10 drop off the top, so that was just a broken ass draw. Maybe I just swing gigantically at life and try to kill him. Because I think he only had 2 life, right, going into that? Maybe he had 3. No, he had 3. So I just put him down to 0. And put him in a spot where hopefully I can't die through Kid and Corazon and Blocker. No, Kid and Corazon. Because I would have swung with the Basil probably. And then also Leader Effect. But I ripped the 10 drop, so I'm going to play it. I have no cards in hand. I guess he forgets that he can swing Automna. He starts to do the play he did last time. Hold on, pause. He starts to do the play he did last turn, which would have worked. Which would have worked if he just swings Automna into Corazon, because I don't have a Dawn under the kid because I played a 10 drop. So I'm assuming he put the Dawn under there thinking he was going to swing, and then was like, oh shit, I forgot again that I can't swing into it because of kid. But he, reverse psychologied himself into believing he couldn't swing into the Corazon when he 100% just swings into the Corazon here. Play the Gecko, play the Automna, and the Ryuma. Still able to kill the kid. But even if he does do that, it doesn't matter. 10 drop, Basil, Leader, with 5 cards in hand, potentially 6, I think. 1 life. It was just, there's no way you could come back, even if you did kill the kid Corazon. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, the last match of this video is going to be a mirror against what seemed like a very good player. He had a much higher elo on the sim than I did whenever I played him. I could tell because I boosted up 200 berry. But I do have double searcher, so I'm just going to straight up play them. Not a lot the Bonney deck can do on 3, let alone address 2 standing searchers. And I'll probably get greedy here and decide to play the Urog. Thinking yeah, just play it on curve, get the Dawn. Double searcher next turn and be able to protect one. I don't know. Maybe it was right too. Maybe it was wrong too. So I will use the Bonney's effect first here. I do have more Don Quixotes in hand than I do Supernova, so I do that. And then I will play the Cavendish, use a baby 5, whiff off the baby 5. This is what I was talking about. Even with these new upgrades, I'm still whiffing off the baby 5. I'm going to go 5 at life. He's going to tap the Cavendish here. And then I think about swinging with the Urog, but I decide not to, and I keep 2 Dawn standing. I found that, having a blocker with 2 Dawn standing is very important in the mirror, because Hody Jones can just rest 2 Dawn. So if he does have Hody here, I put him in a spot where he can tap my 2 Dawn, but he's only swinging 8 into the Cavendish, and I'm just going to block it with Urog. And then the Urog and the Bonney can't swing into the Cavendish. If he taps the Urog and 1 Dawn, I still have, it's essentially like tapping just the Urog because my leader ability only needs 1 Dawn. So you'll see me throughout this game pivot to a strategy that I've found, works out against the Bonney deck, in that keeping 2 Dawn up at the end of your turn with the Urog blocker, so that they can't tap all 3, the 2 Dawn and the Hody. I'm actually going to play my Hody here, tap the Dawn, tap the Bonney. He will freeze my Cavendish, so it's super annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to do like I said, I'm going to try to keep up 2 Dawn as long as possible, so I'm going to swing with the Bonney rather than use the ability. I'm going to swing 5 into the Urog, 5 into the Urog. He actually, I think, lets this one go, which I thought was weird if you're going to save the first one. So actually don't do that. Okay, so I do go 9. Okay, yeah, I think that was like my plan at the beginning, was to keep 2 Dawn up, and then I realized like halfway through the play, after I've already swung with Bonney, that it doesn't matter if I just keep 2 Dawn up, I also have to keep the Urog up. So what I should have done there is probably swung with my leader first, see if he gives me the Urog. And you can see that he did have the Hody. See if he gives me the Urog on my leader swing. Let me rewind a little bit. So I think what I should have done here, just to like play more optimally, okay, this is my turn. So I tapped the Dawn and the Bonney. I feel like I should have, because Hody, if he plays Hody, he's going to be able to tap the blocker and the Dawn. So I would need to keep up blocker, Dawn, Dawn. So I can't swing with the Urog if I want to play around Hody. So what I should have done is see if it's absolutely necessary to swing with Urog. If I have to swing with Urog, I might as well just use the Bonney, because I'm just going to keep 1 Dawn up. I don't need 2 Dawn up and the Urog tapped. I need the Urog standing and 2 Dawn up, right? So if I'm going to swing with the Urog, I might as well use the Bonney effect, get an extra card out of hand. So I missequenced this a little bit. I should have swung 5 into the Urog. If he gives me the Urog, then I don't have to tap my Urog, and I can keep 2 Dawn up with Urog's effect at the end of the turn, keep the Bonney, or swing the Bonney into baby 5, and then swing 6 or 8 into 6. But I realized that after I swing with the Bonney first, because if I swing with my leader here and he does counter, then I can tap the Urog here. I probably swing the Urog into baby 5. Oh, I would have to think about it. Because I probably swing the Urog into baby 5, use my Bonney to get a free card, and then swing Hody into the Urog instead. Depending if he saves it on the second Urog. So I think just missequenced a little bit. I think that's what I would have done instead, or what I should have done instead. So I do just pivot into swinging 9 at the 6. Not only because it demands another card out of hand, but like I said, I'm not going to need 2 Dawn standing. I'm going to need Urog and 2, or just 1. I'm going to swing 8 into 6. I will tap the leader, and I decide to save this. Obviously Hody is inbound. I've been playing around with the whole game, and he had it. But I felt like I needed to save it and not lose 2 characters, just to lose the Cavendish. Losing the Cavendish definitely sucks. But I will be able to kill the Bonney. I decide if I want to go 5 at life. Yep. Just get him down faster. He's going to tap the Urog. So once again, I should have used my Bonney's effect. Oh no. Yeah, I should have, because you gotta also understand, this matchup is very complicated because of the Hody and all the interactions that Hody brings up. Corazon, the blocker, isn't affected by Hody essentially with Kid on the field, because you can still use his blocker effect even if he's tapped to save the Kid. So what I should have done is utilize the extra search with Bonney there, because like I was saying, 5 minutes ago, he already tapped my Urog with the 0-drop event out of life. Since I can't keep him standing and 2 Don standing, I might as well use the Bonney, use all of my Don, and let Uruk stand 1 up and just not play around Hody that turn. I am going to swing big into the Hody twice. I'm going to go 9 and 10 into the Hody. And he will... yeah, he will counter out of that, so I can't kill the Hody this turn. But I did make him use a lot of cards on it. He's going to go 12 into it. I'm going to tap the Hody and block. Then going to go 10 into it. I'm going to 2K, 1K. Then he's going to play Corazon, keep a Don standing. I will use the baby 5 and get a beautiful Corazon out of the deck. Going to go 10 into the Hody. He's going to tap the Hody. And probably block. Just to force me to put a bunch of Dawn on my leader and not do anything else this turn. Because, you know, otherwise I'd just play the Cavendish. Or, sorry, not the Cavendish, the Basil Hawkins, and, yep. Then I can play the Resonante, keep a Don up with Uruk. He's going to swing 10 into my kid. I will block with the Resonante. After tapping his Hody, he's going to go 8 into my kid. I will 2K out of that. He's going to play his own Basil Hawkins. I'm not sure exactly the point of that. I feel like you really need to kill this kid, but either way, I do take a 10-drop Doffy. Probably should just grab the counter I didn't even see if a counter was option. I guess 10-drop Doffy, like in this hand, is technically the counter because I have the 0-drop event. Just gonna block her up behind the kid here, leave 2 Don standing, and the Uruk Hody isn't gonna get him out of this, so he just scoops it up, even if he had it. All right. So those were some more games with the new and refined Bonney strategy that I've been playing on the sim. I also wanted to show you the stats here. So this is my Eastern stats. Ignore the 1405. That's only Western. I suck in Western. I've been playing Eastern only. And it doesn't update you. You could see that my bounty is 227 million. Up here on where the blue thing is, because this line is East and this line is West. But my bounties right now is 227. My most recent games haven't lost in a while. Just trying to grind up the ladder with the Bonney deck. 23 and 5, 82% win rate. But yeah, either way, GG to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.